I believe today, those who serve the previously in this ministry, their examination result is going to be out today. How they served, what they did, and what are the progress in our education sector. And that will be determined today by the examiner. They will focus the result. Based on the result, their assessment, we have to go ahead. That's I understand. Different sectors, all of them are discussing. I was sitting over there and taking the notes. And everything they discussed over here, nothing left for me. I was talking to my state minister that only one point you didn't discuss. That's one teacher, one tab. He said, that's the technical part. That's the reason I didn't touch that. But the vision of our Honorable Prime Minister, I found one teacher, one tab is a very excellent initiative, and the multimedia classroom. Because he wants the children should learn through the happiness, learning with happiness. That's the reason he included in curriculum in the grade 4, sports, cultures, values, ethical values, moral values, religious values. These are the things he wants to introduce in our primary school level. Of course, we do understand our drop rate are very high. And the intake are not that good either. That's the reason we are providing, as our Honorable Prime Minister instructed, the school dress. The kids will now get school dress across the board, no matter everyone. Initially, we'll take a pilot project, nearly 450 lakhs, 450 lakhs. No. 4,50,000, right? 4,50,000 will initially introduce in the month of August or end of July to attract our students to come to the school. At the same time, we'll introduce from the next budget midday meal for all children. Though we have found few defects in serving in the meal sector, we're taking in control and giving the punishment those who are doing and addressing unfair meals and providing the bad food, rotten food. So we are taking into our justice. Well, we have a huge number of students in the primary sector, nearly 118 institutions, 118,000 institutions, and nearly 1.7 million, 10.7 million students in the primary sectors. Altogether, this is a huge number of students in our schools. As I said, 65,500 government schools. Of course, every school has their washrooms. Our Rashida Appa said, washrooms are not good. Yes, of course, I know it. I visited a lot of them. And we're trying to improve all the washrooms of the schools. We have a few problems. Let's say recruitment of the teachers. I don't know why our judicial systems is not in favor of us. I can say it. 32,500 head teachers, head of the primary school institution teachers are under the sub judice matter of the High Court, and we couldn't give appointment to them. It is not for 1 day, 2 days. It's been holding there for more than 3 years. We have a shortage of school teachers. Altogether, against the Education Ministry, there is 83,000 cases is unsettled. All of them are sub judice matter, and we cannot take any decision regarding these matters. The interim government, they appointed 14,300 primary teachers. I don't know why they made it so hurry. Overnight they selected the teachers. So there are the questions of the quality. So you are reviewing, and at the same time, we're sending for training and giving them appointment with the 2 years of provisional period. Nearly another 40,000 teachers are shortage in the primary sectors. I'm not talking in the high school sectors. So primary school sector is a sector where we should address very seriously. As I said, today we'll get the result of 2022 to 2026. In near future, after 4 years, me and myself and Bobby Hajjaz, State Minister, will stand in this podium to hear our results, what we can do for our students in the futures. Of course, we are very serious about it, and we are following that also. Regarding the budget, we used to get the previous government, the last interim government, and the previous Aumi League government, they allocate maximum 1.69% of our GDP in the budget, including ICT and Rupur Vidyut Kendra. It's not absolutely alone for the education sector. But in this government, they allocated 2% of the budget, nearly 136,000 crores of taka. Our secretary, he mentioned the poor budget sector. He got allocated more than 18,000 taka, which was previously allocated only 12,000. In the primary sector, we received 46,000 crore taka. It was nearly 31,000. It's a big hike. In the higher secondary sector, we received 57,000 crore taka, which is earlier, previous government, interim government allocated only 46,000 crore taka. Our Honorable Prime Minister, he committed that he will increase this budget of the GDP up to 5% within next left 4 years. Well, I was asking myself during the budget time, how I'm going to spend this budget. Even I asked for this budget. That's the reason I didn't go for that much. I have to adjust the budget. Well, our Honorable State Minister, he talked about our teachers training problem. He talked about the curricula and learning outcome. This is a severe problem for us. Our learning outcome is not satisfactory at all. After the day worship, we'll hear what the last 4 years our achievements were. Well, we all know our problems, and we are addressing this problem. Of course, the improvement of our education sector is not that great, especially in the primary education sector. Early marriage, yes, it is going on, but very secretly. Nowadays, the government is taking in control of not to have any early marriage in anywhere in the country. They will be brought into punishment if anyone does that thing, if it is below 18 years. Female participation, I saw in the record, is dropping. Gender parity. But of course, I see when I go to the villages, remote areas, I find myself that the girls are very much attending in the class rather than the boys. It started during our late Prime Minister, 𝗛𝘀𝗵𝘁 Jia. She introduced in the primary schools food for education, then she converted to money for education and stipend. Initially, she started the female stipendship program. That's how our females are coming forward, and they join in the school and college system. We went up to intermediate level stipend program. Now we are introducing for the girls up to degree, and eventually it will be for boys and girls also. This attracts our students to join in our education system. Our government, our Honorable Prime Minister, is giving much priorities in the technical and vocational education sector. As you know, we have a huge number of population. Our country is a highly densely populated country in the world. So we need to convert this human being to a empowerment and human capital. That's what we are addressing. That's the reason we are allocating more budgets in the technical sector also. We have another education sector, it's the madrasa education sector. We are introducing in madrasa technical education to make it more effective education in the country. Our secondary education is a very big number of education sector, and we are planning to build more collegiate school, more mini cadre school and colleges, and also we'll introduce more cadet colleges. Also, we have a program to take 670 more school and colleges, girls and boys from the government side. This is a big program we are taking in hand, which one never any government took such a large program. If we talk about tertiary education, yes, we don't have that good industry academia linkages, and we're addressing that also. Skill development is very important for us. We're addressing that also. Of course, our ex-advisor said that we are looking for the universities, every constituencies. Well, that's also true. We need universities as well as our primary school also. Right now, we have a huge primary school in every villages almost. And the gap, we're doing the mapping right now, and I'll address that. And no villages will be left without any primary school. That we are addressing right now. Well, nevertheless, our government is willing to work in the education sector and very seriously. As we understand, the demographic dividends of our countries for the youths is not that far. It's maybe 20 to 41. This span of time we must address to increase and get our demographic dividend, and that's our most investment would be in the education sector. Well, that's the little part was not discussed. I discuss everything in details. Our government, and especially our Prime Minister, is addressing 3 sectors very seriously. As I mentioned, number 1 is education. If I go and ask him, what is your second sector? He will say education. If I ask him again, what is your next sector to be addressed? He will say the education. So that's our main focal point, and that's how we're looking to build our nation, Agami Bangladesh. Thank you very much.